Lincoln was a Republican?
Actually, today's Republican Party would be unrecognizable to Lincoln. He fought a war to preserve federal authority over the states. That's not exactly small government.
.com, this need you have to be the smartest guy in the room is off-putting.
I guess that's why I'm still single.
.com. I think Alec Baldwin has a good point. Kevin .com Brown joins us, a good friend of Tracy Morgan, and we're pulling for him in the hospital right now. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you for having me. Now listen, I'm born and raised in New York. I'm a stand-up comic. We shot 30 Rock here for 7 years in New York.
Yeah.
And Tracy Morgan's bus has to flip over for y'all to have me on the show. Is that the only way to get me here?
No. Well, Kevin, well,
really?
Well,
gosh.
you know what?
Thank
You're right.
you, Tracy.
You feel you're a little miffed about all that?
I'm upset. You know.
It's been too long. We have had Alec Baldwin on before.
Well, he's a big star. He's
On the
a sexy
telephone.
man.
On the telephone.
On the show. And we've had other people from, maybe you weren't available to us.
No, I was available. I'm always available.
All right, .com, we're happy that you're here now.
Thank you for having me.
And you talked with Tracy's family, and he's right now status quo, and nothing has changed as far as his...
Listen, I knew everybody on that bus.
Yeah, tell us about
I knew everybody on that bus.
Mr. McNair, tell us about
James
Mr.
McNair is I'm a real nice guy. But James McNair is probably the nicest guy in the comedy game. He was around when we all started 25 years ago together. A lot of people became very successful, and he was never a hater. He was always real supportive. And I've known this guy for 23 years, and I just found out his real name was James McNair.
Huh.
We call him Uncle Jimmy Matt. That's how I met him. That's how he performed. That's how I put his name in my phone. And when they said James McNair passed away, I'm like, oh, some guy named McNair, I didn't even know.
You didn't realize who it was.
We are so sorry you lost your friend.
It's horrible.
Tell us a little bit about Tracy. When did you first meet him and your relationship with him?
Well, funny, I was Tracy Morgan's first manager. I used to own a comedy club on 125th Street called the Uptown Comedy Club. And Tracy Morgan started there. And, you know, this is 25 years ago. We were both babies. I was probably still in college and just real smart, real entrepreneurial. And my mother discovered him, and she said, Kevin, you gotta come see this guy. He's hilarious. His name is Tracy Morgan, and he can be a big star. And my mother put us together. And he loves my mother. He loves my mother. I think the only reason he was nice to me is because he loved my mother so much.
I was about to say, your mother's a good judge of great talent.
Everybody calls her Mama Brown.
I love it. Now, what are you doing after 30 Rock? What's up with you?
I just started my new production company called .com Entertainment, Life After 30 Rocks, and I'm producing TV shows, and I did my first documentary last year about the Uptown Comedy Club. I was waiting for more guys to become stars, so JB Smooth started at my club, Tracy Morgan,
JB. JB's been
Mike Epps, a lot of guys who became very successful. You know, 25 years ago, we didn't know comedy could do what it's doing now, but yeah, we all go way back. And I was actually at Mike Epps' concert at the Garden a couple of days ago, and everybody's paying homage to Tracy, and we all have him in our prayers, and Uncle Jimmy and Artie and Tracy's assistant.
Right.
Include us in that group, those praying for Tracy and those affected by this crash. By the way, how did you get .com? When did you start that?
Okay, way before 30 Rock, I was called .com. My stage name was Big Kev. But Kevin Brown's a real common name, so I wanted to distinguish myself from all the other Big Kevs in the game. So I was calling myself BigKev.com. That was it. So I hadn't seen Tracy, maybe last time I saw him was about 8 years prior to 30 Rock, and I was going by BigKev.com. So we're on the set of 30 Rock. It wasn't even called 30 Rock at the time. It was called the Tina Fey Unnamed Project, and we were shooting the pilot, day one. So Tracy didn't know I was his guy until we got there. And when he introduced me to Tina Fey for the first time, he said, oh, T Fey, I want you to meet my man .com, meet T Fey. And she heard the name, and she loved the name, and when they started writing me in the script, they called me .com, and the rest is history, yeah.
Genius. Now, I heard that you bought a house
I'm
now.
a new homeowner / landlord.
How's that going?
It's horrible. I bought, I bought my house October 1st, and it started snowing October 2nd. And this was the worst series of snowstorms we've had. I'm a New Yorker, I know.
You don't know how to shovel snow?
I didn't have any tools. And I mean, I've owned my house for 9 months. I've tried to sell it 7 times already. 'Cause I don't know why I bought this house. I'm from the projects in the Bronx. You know, in the projects, when something breaks, you call housing.
Yeah.
When you own the house, if something breaks, you gotta fix that thing. I don't know how to fix stuff. I'm from the projects. Are you serious? So I'm having a horrible time in this house.
It tested everybody's patience this year. I think we had,
please.
14 snowstorms?
I want to go back to the projects,
Oh,
get
no,
back
you
on
don't.
welfare, food
Stop it.
stamps, the whole 9 yards,
Stop.
man.
Life was simple back then, huh?
Success ain't all it's cracked up to be. Let's just put it that way.
You're such a joker.com.
How about your renter? I understand you're a landlord. You got somebody living and paying rent?
It came with tenants. I have a three bedrooms, 3 families, and a finished basement, and everything is full. So nobody wanted to leave. The house is really nice. It's like I'm from the hood in the projects in the South Bronx, but I bought a house in the white part of the Bronx, up in the good people, the white people part. So I got a nice house though.
Congratulations.
I just got to get tools. I got to get tools, and
gotta get
I stay
tools.
on YouTube trying to fix stuff, trying to figure out. Because okay. So when I bought my house, in the transfer of closing, they gave me about 30 keys when we closed. The keys to, because this is
All
the
the
house so
apartments.
big, and the garage
Yeah.
and the back gates and stuff like that. 3 days in, I lost all the keys. I'm nervous now because I'm like, I got to tell these people I lost the keys, but it's my house. I don't
Yeah.
have to be nervous. I own the house.
I think you're onto something. You're not ready for home ownership.
I call a
Maybe you
locksmith.
should give
The locksmith charged me $280 to change the first lock. I said, I can't pay another locksmith. I got to get on YouTube and learn how to change locks. I change locks. I live in Home Depot.
Kevin DotCom Brown, he needs a helper. I think you need a helper. Good stuff, man. Great to see you. Continued success. And when you talk to Tracy, tell him we're thinking about him. Okay?
Listen, Tracy's family, Jimmy's family, find me on Facebook, Uptown Kevin Brown. If you need any help, man, hit me up. The comedy game loves these guys, man.
I know. And we love them
Jimmy
too.
and Artie and Tracy and his assistant Jeffrey. Nobody's mentioning Jeff. Jeff, I was there when Tracy hired Jeff, and he's a real good dude. He's been working for Tracy about 3 or 4 years, and he's not a comic. He's not famous, so nobody's mentioning his name. But, my prayers go out to his family and all that.
Thank you so much. Kevin.com Brown.
.com. Get it right. Come on,
.com.
Rosanna.
I should know that. Okay.
She could be .org, huh? That's not taken.
Think of a name for me off camera. Anyway, when we come back, because I don't trust him. He could be a little naughty, I could tell.